Good morning once again, YouTube world. This week I've been sort of picking up very eclectic things. I've had a couple of eclectic pickups off a couple of my friends. But before we get into that, I've been criminally neglecting my PS1 and my PS2. Now, I sort of have a HD sort of stick thingy-majiggy that you plug old consoles into. RetroTink, that's the one. But it still seems a bit stretched out on like 65-inch TVs. So my plan is get myself a CRT, only a small CRT, and put it on a trolley. So then when my sort of friends come over and stuff like that, I can wheel this trolley in and we can all play cool video games on a CRT. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to set that up and see how that sort of comes together. Do you know what I mean? And then I will get into this week's pickups. So yeah, watch this montage of me setting up my PlayStation, if you would, and then I will show you what I picked up this week. So yeah, enjoy. So as you can see, I am now ready to sort of enjoy my PlayStation with my friends, sort of wheel it around into the living room and things and such, and play some PlayStation and have some nostalgic times. But yeah, as I said, I'll get into this week's pickups. Like I said, it's rather eclectic. You'll see what I mean. The first little pickup I had was these two sort of portable handheldy little devicey things. One of them is Pac-Man and the other one is a multitude of different retro video games. I love myself a handheld kind of thing. Everything's better when it's handheld. Yes, so yeah, really cool, really nice things. Yeah, the next thing, I had a spare Xbox controller. Yes, over my time I've collected rather a lot of controllers and I had one spare in good condition, and I needed another iPad because the iPad I got for editing my son stole, so I needed another one. Yes, so I traded an Xbox controller for an 8th gen iPad. Yes, all I need it for is editing on a slightly bigger screen because my old man eyes cannot deal with a phone and sitting there like this and blinding myself. So yes, iPad. Yeah, pretty cool. Remember a couple of videos ago when I said that the Gundam suits might not become a problem, or might become a problem? I bought another one. Now, these are really cheap. I think this one was like £7 on sale. Yeah, so it's not like stupidly expensive. Now I have seen that they also do Fires of Rubicon models. Yes, and there's quite a few of them and they're sort of like between £30 and £50. I will pick up the odd one because From Software are an incredible company. So yes, but yeah, it might become a little bit of a problem. Pretty cool. The next thing I picked up all these games in one bundle from my friend Big Boy Gaming. Yes, my good friend Reese. You'll be seeing me picking up games just here. But yes, the first thing I picked up was a rather underrated, sort of a bright red original 360 controller. Now, does it work? I have no idea. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use all these as like wired controllers because the battery packs usually die. So I'm just going to use them wired. Do I have a wire? No, but they're like £5 on Amazon. So yes, a bright red Xbox 360 controller. The next 7 things are all video games. Rather eclectic. The first one is the Simpsons game on the Nintendo DS. Yes, I've never played the Simpsons game. Obviously everyone played Simpsons Hit and Run and had a nice time, but I think that's the only Simpsons game I've ever played. I can't remember. I really want to play that Simpsons skateboarding game, even though it's not very good. But still, the Simpsons game, Nintendo DS. The next 4 games are all sort of for a thing that I have that I don't have much experience with, so I bought everything. Yes. The first one is Once Upon a Monster. Yes. I have no idea about the Xbox Connect. I never had it when it came out. I've never played it. I will play it. I really want to be like in a monster world, having a nice time with a multitude of different Disney characters. Is this Disney? No, it's Warner Brothers. Yes. Like I said, sometimes I get things wrong. It's either 50-50, isn't it? Yes. But yeah, Once Upon a Monster. The next thing I got, next game I got was Connect Disneyland Adventures. Now, rather bizarrely, this is still factory sealed. Now, I know a lot of people collect sort of factory sealed stuff. Do you know what I mean? So is this worth even sort of opening? Do you get what I mean? Should I keep it sealed? I think the game is like £1 or so in CX. So should I just keep this one sealed? But anyway, I assume you walk around different Disneyland experiences and have a nice time and involve yourself with the characters. But yes. Does it what? Connect sensor material request. So is this a foreign one? No idea. But pretty cool. The next 2 games follows along the same ilk as these last bits, and one of them is a Connectimals. Yes, so my assumptions on this game is that you have a multitude of different little animals and you get to like go in a park or like a zoo. Yes, and interact with lots of different animals. These are sort of children based games. But yes, I am a big child, so yes, I will have many hours of fun stroking a lion. But yeah, pretty cool. And I believe all the cases are purple, which is kind of cool. Someone did tell me, someone got in the comments of one of my videos and said, yes, I think they are all purple. And in fact, they are all purple. So yeah, pretty cool. The last sort of Xbox Connect game I got was Connect Adventures. Yes, I would assume this is kind of like a Wii Island kind of thing where you do different tasks and activities and have a nice time. Yes, sort of like, I would assume that these are really cool with friends. Now, there's sort of Dance Central ones and things and such which I will not be buying or playing because I am not a dancer with any form of rhythm at all. But yes, when it comes to like, I'm assuming you can do like bowling and nice stuff. What have we got on the back here? There's like, it seems as though there's tasks where you have to duck and move around and stuff like that. So yeah, pretty cool with your friends. So yeah, I'll get this set up in the living room and enjoy a couple of Chardonnays and play this. The last 2 games I picked up was for the Xbox 360. And once again, all of these games was just off that one bundle. So yeah, Pretty cool. I got Flat Out Ultimate Carnage. So I would assume like during the hype of Burnout, remember that game? During the hype of Burnout, when it was really cool to like crash cars and have a nice time and stuff like that, like Flat Out, do you get what I mean? Yeah, they don't make games like this anymore. Yeah, the only real racing game we've got left is like Forza and maybe Gran Turismo. But yes, there used to be a multitude of different games back in the day when Need for Speed was king. But yes, really cool game, like drive around, destroy everything, have a nice time. Cool. The last game I got was once again for the Xbox 360. Now, me and the wife love this genre of video games, so I managed to, yes, pick it up from that bundle. It is Worms the Revolution Collection. Includes all 3 DLC packs. Ooh. Hopefully, as I can see from the back, this is kind of a 2D one. Do you get what I mean? You know when they went 3D and it weren't good at all? They should have stayed 2D. So this will be 2D with like nice colours. Do you get what I mean? Yes. Worms done right. But yeah, I was super gassed to pick this up in that sort of bundle. Yes. I will have all the Worms eventually. That sounds weird, doesn't it? But yes, you know what I mean. But yeah, eventually I'll have all the Worms. Pretty cool.
I interrupt this video with a brief message from my sponsor, Peaked Apparel.
And that brings me on smoothly to this week's sponsor and a sponsor of the channel going forward, Peaked Apparel. Peaked Apparel is a very unique clothing brand. They sort of find the middle ground between heavy metal and pop culture. So you can find all of your sort of pop culture referenced sort of characters such as Sonic in sort of a heavy metal inspired universe. You'll be seeing all of their designs whiz by just here. There's literally hundreds of designs from like Pokemon, gaming characters, pop culture characters. You know what I mean? You'll see. You will definitely go to this website. They always have some form of sale on, so it could be like a weekend sale, a January sale, a Valentine's sale. So sort of keep an eye on their website. There is always something going on. Very generous people over at Peaked Apparel. Their garments are all like printed on very nice, very soft, very supple t-shirts and hoodies, and they do like loads of different accessories and cool things. So be sure to check out Peaked Apparel. They ship worldwide, which is really cool, and they size from infant, so your little ones and your babies can wear them too, up to 3XL, I believe, for your sort of rugby player type built human beings. Yes, so be sure to check out their channels. I'll be wearing their garments in my videos, so if you see something that I'm wearing and you think, ooh, that's nice, head over to Peaked Apparel. Back to the video. Now, a couple of videos ago, I mentioned that CEX Derby sort of asked me to leave. Now, I don't want that to be like a hate campaign against CEX Derby or anything like that. Do you get what I mean? So, just like, I'm not saying it's a bad place, you just can't film there. I hope that comes across. Yes, I don't want CEX to one day sort of like find one of these videos and be like, you're going on the wall, my friend. Do you know what I mean? Yes, so CEX Derby, you're cool, just allow filming, be nice. Yes, so yeah, I'm going to pack all this stuff away, and I hope you enjoyed my little PlayStation thingy majiggy and games room update. So yes, I'll see you again in the next one. Peace.